It's refresh day in Disney Dreamlight Valley, which means new premium shop items and Dreamsnap results. This week, we received one of the best premium bundles of all time, the Night Castle Wall bundle. And of course, I just had to play around with it, so I'll be sharing a quick build I created in today's premium shop showcase. Following that, we'll dive into Dreamsnaps, revealing my results and submission before taking a look at this week's top 3 submissions. Once that's done, we'll take our first look at this week's brand new Dreamsnap challenge. Also, a lot of you guys have been asking me for my theory on when the next update is going to be here, and I believe I have a fairly good idea of when it's coming. I'll be releasing a video on that theory this weekend, so be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. If you enjoy these weekly breakdowns, do me a very big favor and press that like button. Also consider checking the video description down below for links to my Twitch channel and Discord server. With that out of the way, let's get started. Okay, now diving into the premium shop this week, we have some stuff that I am so excited to see. In particular, it is this Night Castle Wall. I've been waiting for this to come in ever since the premium shop leaks. Essentially what this is, the Fallen Fortress in the Ever After, all the pieces that make that Fallen Fortress are a part of this bundle. So you're going to be able to do a lot with this. I mean, this is a big bundle, and it looks to come with 20 different pieces. Whenever I do my premium shop showcase, I'm going to build something out of these and then show you guys, just how much fun you can have with this item. I think this is going to be one of the best little decor bundles we've seen in the premium shop just because of how versatile it is. 20 different pieces. I mean, that is really, really nice. Now, aside from that, we do have another new item, which is Goofy's Moana stall. Now, I will say when we did the premium shop leaks, I wasn't too excited about this one. I feel like the timing of this one's kind of weird. I think this one would have been really good for a summer release. I was hoping for the winter season we would get a Frosted Heights inspired Goofy stall that would work better with like winter or Christmas builds. But Christmas is over, New Year's is over, so I guess they just planned on releasing this a little bit later. But hey, I'm happy to have it. More Goofy stall skins is always a good thing. Never going to be disappointed with that. So yeah, we'll take a closer look at it here momentarily. And I think not only will this go over well in Dazzle Beach, but I think this would also be great for other biomes, like especially on Eternity Isle. Fun little stall. I like the little fish hanging up. I think it's going to look really good next to Moana's boat. Let me know what you guys think of this Goofy stall and its timing. Now, of course, I do want to also mention some returning items this week. We do have the wintry exterior set here, and this is from the Royal Winter STARPATH, I believe. I could be wrong on the name, it's been a while. But it's a nice bundle coming in at $1,500. You get a lot of great items from that. You get the Luminous Snowflakes, the Royal Ice Skate Rack, the Cozy Winter Bench, the Winterful Lamp, and the Decorative Winter Vase. Now, lastly, we have a couple of really good limited time deals. Instead of 20% off this week, we have 30% off. We have the Desert Palace, which I have no doubt is going to play well when we get Jasmine and Aladdin. I think a lot of people are going to be placing them in one of the desert biomes or the desert biome that we have on Eternity Isle. And if you don't have the Desert Palace, this is a great deal. 30% off of 3,000 Moonstones. I do like this house. It's one of the only ones that's made specifically for the Glittering Dunes. Lastly, we have the Whimsical Companion Bundle. Now, these run you 2,000 Moonstones, but also 30% off, and you're going to get these blue Whimsical skins for 4 companions. So you have a squirrel, the crocodile, the raven, and the raccoon. Now, these are really fun companion skins. I like them because they make the companions look kind of like ghosts. So I love using it in like haunted forests, or even for like some fairy dream snaps if you want like ethereal companions. It's a good little bundle, and at 30% off, it's a good deal. Now moving on to the part of the video that I am the most excited about today, it's going to be showing off this Castle Wall bundle. This thing is so much fun to play with. I just spent about an hour constructing a castle on my Forest of Valor floating island. And, I'm just going to let it speak for itself. I'm going to kind of walk through here and then I'll go into furniture mode and give you a look at it. But this is just so fun to play with. I think this is probably my favorite premium item of all time. I mean, I love premium houses and stuff, but it's just like one little thing. This thing can like transform an entire biome. Like it just makes this entire area feel like it's part of like a big fallen castle, and there's so many different fun things you can play with in here. Like this throne of the underworld is really fitting for like a throne of this old castle. Since it's made out of stone, it's like still standing, and if we come over here, we have like a little courtyard area. But yeah, this was so much fun. And there's a lot of items we have that play well with this. Like, I think this one is from the Storybook Veil expansion, these little rocks that you can put on the ground, and they look really good here with the crumbling pieces. Now, keep in mind, these little stones on the ground here are not part of this bundle. You can find it right here. It's a craftable from Storybook Veil. It's called the Broken Cobblestone Path. So if you're making a castle and you want to add some extra details to it, definitely recommend this little item right here. Super fun, plays very well with the castle. Another thing that plays really well with it would be this ancient road that we have, the pathing from Eternity Isle. I just like that it feels like weathered, but it still kind of shows the stone there. It's super fun, and there's more than just those items that you can use to pair well with this. There are so many different things in the game that this castle just adds a lot of utility and value to. Another interesting thing is that this castle here is going to be pretty useful for this week's Dreamsnap challenge, because all 20 or 21 pieces have all 4 of the challenge tags, which is a pretty big deal. So yeah, even if you only use like make a smaller castle, you don't have to do anything this extreme, of course, but yeah, very useful for this week's challenge. Now, there's another thing I really want to touch on here. These big square towers here, as you can see, you can actually place items on top of the square towers. There's a 3x3 placement zone up there. Notably though, this is lacking in the rounded towers. So if you want to place little items up here, you will be able to. Right now I have some candles and some Dreamlight projectors. We're going to go to night and I'll show you how fun that looks. Now, I don't have them on all of the towers, but I did just put candles on like these front ones. But yeah, as you can see, they have this like magical glow, and you don't have to use the candles or the Dreamlight projectors. You can put a variety of things up there. Just keep in mind that the game is treating these towers like it treats tables. If it's an item that can't go on a table, you will not be able to put it on the tower. So I would love to have things up there like torches or maybe some kind of different lights or bigger candles, but unfortunately we cannot put things like that up there, as a lot of those items can't go on tables. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're going to put on top of these little towers. If you have any fun ideas, I just threw these up there as a little demonstration, but I do think it's fun that the Dreamlight projectors and some candles can go up there. It gives the castle even more utility, and you can add some pretty fun colors and lighting effects to the castle because of this. I just think that's another reason why this is such a great deal in the shop this week. So closing out my showcase of the castle wall pieces, I just want to say I highly recommend picking this up. I know it's 2,000 moonstones, but I don't think we've ever got a decor bundle at that price with this kind of utility and this many separate items. 20 to 21 different pieces to construct your own castle is a real blessing in this game. And again, this can completely transform biomes. You can do so much with this. You can make a smaller castle in a background somewhere, or you can just make the entire biome or island your own crumbling castle. This is such a fun item. Highly recommend it. If there's one thing to pick up from the premium shop, I think out of this entire update, it would be this bundle. All right, now, of course, with how fun this bundle is, you're probably going to want more than 1 or 2 of the pieces, and some of them you do get like 4 pieces on some of the smaller ones. But yeah, there's no telling how many different pieces you're going to need, but if you do need more, you are definitely in luck. For once, Scrooge is not overcharging for a new premium item. So these range from $600 to $750. And that's pretty much across the board. So if you want to build like a really big fallen fortress or castle, you're going to be able to do so for relatively cheap, which is really nice to see. It seems the only ones that are $750 are some of the taller pieces, like the ones that have towers, and some of these corner pieces. So the corner pieces, the tower pieces, but everything else, like all of the little walls and doorways and windows, those are all going to run you just 600 star coins. So yeah, love this pricing. Shout out to the devs for not allowing Scrooge to rip us off on these, because I'm sure myself and many others are going to want to buy a lot of them. Okay, so next up on our showcase list is going to be the Moana-themed Goofy stall. And of course, for this, I had to pair it with Moana's boat just so we can see them together, because I feel like this is meant to be. It also goes really well with Moana's house, but I'm not going to try to squeeze that on the island right now. The Goofy stall has these really cute little baskets under it, these little boxes. You have coconuts, you have these crabs, there's some walleye, and then you have some hanging fish there. And the roofing is like more of that like hay or straw roof that we see on Moana's house. There's also some beautiful little flowers there. Now you can kind of walk through this a little bit as well, so it's not going to be too much of a hindrance. Like these little poles, you can just kind of go right through. It's fun. Like I said earlier, I think this would have been a bit better to get in the summer season, though if you do pass on the stall this week, because like we said, the castle walls are definitely a must-have. If you do end up having to pass on this Moana-themed Goofy stall, I definitely think this will return to the premium shop this summer. I feel like it has to, but that's not guaranteed. I just think there's a very high chance for that. So if moonstones are tight, and you have to choose between this Goofy stall skin or the castle, I just think definitely get the castle. There's a good chance this will come back around. All right, and now it's time for our Dreamsnap results. We're going to be seeing our results for the New Year's Celebration Challenge, and I did have fun with this one. I used a lot of villagers. I got some really fun animations in the photo, and there's a lot of gold. It's very bright, very colorful. I think it's a really fun submission. Not sure how it's going to do, but hopefully better than last week. Last week we did get 4K, but I feel like we were barely in the 4K range. It was one of my lowest ranks in quite a while, so hopefully this one pulls us back up a little bit. I will say this, I am really excited to share my fairy submission for you guys next week. That one I absolutely love. I worked on it for way too long, but I'm really happy with what I put together, and I'm very excited to share that. But I'm also excited to share this one. So let's check the mail and see if we got our results here. All right, and here's the results. We got a 96.11 for the score, and we ranked 404. Not bad. We're back in the top 500. That's what I like to see, and we can claim our 4,000 moonstones here, which is great because we've got some exciting stuff in the premium shop today, as you guys know. So with the rank and score out of the way, let's reveal my Dreamsnap submission. All right, and here it is. This is what we put together for the New Year's celebration. So like I said, yeah, there's like a lot of gold. I have the gold suit, we have those gold photo backdrops, and we're using the sunset to get like a lot of reflection on those gold backdrops, which is really fun. I included a lot of different villagers here. We have Mickey and Ariel, Stitch, Anna, Eric. We got DJ Merlin back there, and one of my favorites would be Oswald. He just looks so happy in this snap, so yeah, I really like the way he looked here. Now, as far as the setting, you know, we have like this big dance floor where the DJ booth is, and I'm using a lot of gold lighting. We have that holiday arch in the front and those illuminated fountains. There's some fireworks going off in the back, and for the backdrop, I have a few castles, as well as those big Mickey Ferris wheels. But yeah, it's a fun snap. There's a lot of color, there's a lot happening, and I figured this one would do pretty well considering just how like bright and happy it was. Not a whole lot to say about this one. I definitely enjoyed putting it together. Anyway, if you came across this Dreamsnap and you liked it enough to vote for it, thank you very, very much. And with that, let's move on to this week's top 3 Dreamsnap submissions. Okay, so the first of our top 3 here, this is so beautiful. There's so much color going on, and I really like the way they did the floor for this. This is wild looking. How did they get those tiles to stack like that? It's almost like they're sort of stacked on top of each other in a way. That's super interesting. I'll have to play around with them and see how you do that. That's really neat. They've also got like some of the speckled floor under it, which looks really good. I like the little table in the foreground. Great use of the foreground here. We have the Platinum Mickey and the Platinum Minnie. Got Goofy and Daisy, so great use of the villagers here as well. And it looks like they also used those festive archways. I think a lot of people are going to be using those for not just the Christmas season, but for New Year's as well. So yeah, super fun submission here. And moving on to our next one. Wow, it's like a night and day difference. This is so cool. It's like all black, white, and gold. This is such a fun design. They also use the gold opal flooring here, but it almost looks more black with the way they have the lighting. I love the use of colors in this. They have Oswald's Theater in the back with the fireworks going off behind it. Then you have Mike and Sully's house on the right. You have Remy's house on the left. And they too are using these gold photo backdrops. The choice in necklace is also very smart. You know, they're using this little necklace with the clock on it and it's set to midnight, so that's really fun. Yeah, this is a beautiful submission. Not surprised to see this in the top 3. Well done to whoever created this. Outstanding use of colors. Like, this is just super fun. Now moving on to our final submission, and whoa, this one is so busy, bright, and colorful. There's no way this one will not stand out in voting. Like, this pops so much. It would be hard not to vote for it, unless, you know, you're the kind of person that doesn't like busier snaps, but I really, really like this. All these sparkles in the foreground, you know, they're utilizing glimmer, and they're utilizing some items that you can place to get some of those little sparkles coming off them. I think it's the flowers you get from Rapunzel on Eternity Isle. If you place those close in your foreground, these sparkles kind of flutter off of them. There's a lot of fireworks. We have floating lanterns, and they're utilizing fairy bubbles with candles inside of them. Not only that, but we have a good use of villagers once again. I also love that they too use the Ferris wheels. I had the Ferris wheels in the background for mine, so that's really fun. But yeah, this is another amazing submission. But yeah, let me know what you think of these top 3 submissions. Which one is your favorite? I really love this one because of like how busy and bright and colorful it is. But I think my favorite would actually be the second one. I just think this is super creative with the use of black, white, and gold. I mean, everything they did kind of tied into the balloon arch in the back. And this is just a very, very, very good use of color composition. This is such a fun snap. I love this one so much, but I love all of the top 3. Like, all of these are amazing. I just think that the second one is definitely super unique. And yeah, I'm not surprised to see that in the top. But yeah, I love the first and the third as well. Now with that, it's time to check out this week's brand new Dreamsnap challenge. And this one is called The Lost Forest. This week's description states, you go for a walk in the forest and lose your way. You find yourself in a strange, beautiful place. What does it look like? Wow, this one is going to be really fun. I wasn't expecting a challenge quite like this in January, so very excited for this, especially coming off of a fairy challenge. Like, we just did this super fun fairy challenge. Now for mine, I did more of like a mystical mushroom forest, so I think it's fun that we're going to be doing like a true forest for this one. And I love the demo they have back here. Usually they have like a lot of small demonstrations. This one's like one big demo. This might be one of the best looking demo Dreamsnaps they've ever done. Whoever put this together did a killer job. Like, look at the lighting coming down here. We got Goofy over here fishing. There's a little raccoon on the left. This looks so good. Anyway, let's get into our tags for the challenge. This week's tags are going to be mandatory, outdoors and rustic, and bonus, simple, and calm. I must say I'm pretty excited for this one. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of items are going to be high value for this challenge, and I will probably use my Forest of Valor floating island for this. Let me know if you guys are going to be doing the same or if you have another place in mind. Either way, very, very fun challenge, and yeah, I think this is one I'm definitely going to enjoy for sure. And there you have it, my friends. I'd love to know your thoughts on this week's refresh. Are you as in love with the Night Castle bundle as I am? Or is it not your cup of tea? Also, how do you feel about this week's top 3 Dreamsnap submissions and the newest Dreamsnap challenge? I must say, I'm very excited to put this next one together. If you found today's video helpful, informative, or simply entertaining, please do me a very big favor and press that like button. Also, consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. As always, thank you so much for your time today, and good luck in your future Dreamsnap challenges.